Extended side angle is a typical yoga pose that you see in most classes. It's typically taught from warrior two. This gets your legs at the right distance, which I like to call wingspan distance. If you were to reach your arms out, bend your wrists, and drop your fingertips down, they should hit about your ankles. In warrior two, your front toes are pointed towards the top edge of the mat. Your back toes are turned inward and either facing the long edge of your mat or turned in just a little bit more than that. They should be addressed in warrior two before moving into extended side angle. You want to make sure your front leg and knee is in line with your toes. If it's moving inward, think about squeezing your glute or pressing the back side of your leg towards your hand, a wall, or a block. Another thing to note is if you're sticking your booty back and hinging your hips forward. Make sure the tailbone is drawing under, and again, knee is in line with the toes. From warrior two to come into your classic extended side angle pose, your front arm goes on top of your front leg. Back arm reaches over so it comes alongside the ear, and you're finding a straight line from the toes all the way through the fingertips. So some key points to mention for extended side angle. You don't have to make this extended. This can be regular side angle. Top arm goes to the leg, back arm goes straight up overhead. Try not to rest all your weight on your front arm. If you dump into your leg, you stop using your glutes to support the pose. When in your extended side angle pose, it's important to think about engaging the core, drawing the space below the navel into the spine to help support the upper body. Another thing to note is you want to think about rotating your ribs upward towards the ceiling. That helps get a little bit more into that stretch and making sure that you're not folding forward. When doing side angle pose, traditionally the gaze goes up, but it's okay to have your gaze straight ahead or even look down towards the ground. Oftentimes when you're in a yoga class, your teacher will maybe cue something like, try to get your front leg parallel to the floor. If that is difficult or uncomfortable for any reason, straighten your leg a little bit. It's okay. The yoga police are not out to get you. Yoga is about safety and how it feels in your body and not how it looks to somebody else. If you find that you have tight lats or shoulders, another option is to reach your top arm straight up instead of taking it over the ear. You can also bend the elbow if that's comfortable, or keep your hand on your hip. If you're ready to take your extended side angle to the next level, you can use a block and reach your top hand towards the block or closer to the floor. Make sure you're not pressing all your weight into that block. We want to keep the legs nice and active. And eventually that front hand can come all the way down to the floor. You can be up on fingertips or to the mat. Another option you may see in class is taking the bind. The bind is not always the easiest thing to do. You have to have a lot of shoulder mobility and leg and core strength to hold the pose up. When first learning how to take the bind, you can start by just doing a half bind, reaching the top arm behind the back and maybe trying to grab the thigh or just the back of the hand to the back of the leg. When moving into the bind, take the top arm behind the back, bottom arm under the front side of the leg. The hands connect behind you, and then we want to lift the ribs up off of that front leg. Again, turning them up towards the ceiling, your gaze can go up, middle, or down. Thank you for watching my video. If you want to see more of this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know how it goes in the comments below.